Yo, yo, what's good, chat? We're already starting off with peak, bro. Already. I take oil as my canon source, bro. Of course I do. No, I don't take oil as my canon source, actually. Believe it or not. What's that there? Oh, that's dumb. I don't get why we're listening to famous YouTubers when they obviously don't know what they're talking about. Sure, I guess. Shanks is coming out as the man who defeated a god among monsters. Mihawk is the end goal for Sanji's equal. I will stand on it that me, Zoro, and Sanji are not on the same strength level. Zoro's obviously has the advantage over Sanji. It's just so obvious. I don't even though Oda says it, the story doesn't say it. So I'm not. I'm not gonna take Oda as canon. Team Two puts BTA. Well, yeah, for the most part, yeah. We must not forget that Loki was the only one who laughed in Hockey's and was. Alright, bro. 1v1, both in the prime. We all got. I genuinely. Okay, let's go. Let's talk about this. I genuinely don't understand why people think that Sabo is as strong as Zoro. This dude literally has no feet, no feats, bro. You beat a Dressrosa, what's his name? One of the Titans for Whitebeard's crew. When he didn't have a devil fruit, he was a bum basically. And you beat him. That is not impressive, bro. Zoro back then could have beaten him, so that is not a good feat, respectfully. All right, I think I saw what's it called tweet. Oh, where is it, bro? This tweet right here. Zoro is the weakest and will remain so till EOS, which if you don't know what EOS means, end of series. So let's go ahead and analyze this, right? Um, let's look at the comments first, actually. Zero downplays so funny. Do y'all think Kid and Law are the only US Zoro can take him down? Not even mentioning Sebo because he gets mid diffed by Zoro anyway. Now listen. I know there's a lot of stocks invested in Sabo and Dragon, right? In my honest opinion, Dragon is not all that, bro. If he's that scared of the Holy Knights, yeah, but wrap it up. He is not. I don't even want to consider putting him in my top 10. Honestly, he could. Obviously, I could change my mind, but right now, I think maybe like top 15, top 20. I don't think Dragon is that strong, bro. Even in his teen years, right? He was not that guy, and he's yeah, bro. Like I don't think in that. Yeah, bro. I just don't think he was like training that much, bro. So yeah, I don't think Dragon is that strong. Respectfully, Rayleigh swordsman also taught Luffy hockey. Does that now make Luffy a swordsman? What? Okay. Hockey is all. Hockey is all that matter. Which when Zoro asked Mihawk to help him get stronger, he taught him hockey. Zoro tells Pika he can only beat him if his hockey is stronger. Zoro's strongest swords Zoro's strongest swordsmanship is the style revived around his strongest hockey, Advanced Conqueror's coding. That makes no sense. Goddamn, I don't understand the way he worded it. Hockey is all that matters. Something I said any times for now, and we will see if Mihawk has the same level of hockey like Shanks does. Funny to have now Speed joining the great debate with Shanks versus Mihawk. So if y'all don't know for some reason, Speed said that Shanks is stronger than uh what's his name, Mihawk. I would genuinely want to see that argument. I knew it, bro. I felt it. Speed is a bum ass Shanks fan. You guys just can't take it. Taking that in One Piece, hockey determines if you're stronger or not. Not being a better swordsman or having better devil fruit, etc. In the series, Shanks is known to have the strongest hockey throughout the whole show. This is an argument. Well, we don't know that, sir. Let's not be jumping to conclusions now. Yes, who relies on hockey in it? The world of One Piece, whoever has the strongest hockey is the individual. Stop using the swordsman, bro. So Speed is one of them, bro. Hockey, man. No way we're using the hockey man argument in Big 25, bro. It's actually sad. It's stronger than Mihawk. And people saying Shanks isn't a swordsman or a hockey man are just trolls rage baiting or straight up retarded at their core. True, true. If you believe Mihawk is stronger than them, I don't really need your validation. Okay. Yes, me. Bro, I genuinely think speed has been corrupted, bro. Can't even lie. The hell you mean Shanks is a hockey man? Strongest hockey equals strongest in the. Like, it's not even that. Well, you could say that Shanks has the strongest Conqueror's hockey, right? But Mihawk probably has the strongest. Like, at this point, it's kind of like confirmed he has the strongest armament. He's like the only character, apart from Green Bull, that has a black blade. But this shit is frying me, bro. Nothing feels better than Zoro fans. And that Zoro fans tears. So Loki had busted hockey, busted physical strength, busted double for a busted weapon with a busted double for and still lost to Shanks. Reading comprehension, bro. He lost to Shanks. He was obviously weakened by fighting all the other giants. Are you dumb? Literally said he fought all the other giants. Why are we acting like Shanks didn't have help? Didn't have help from all the other giants, bro. Like, come on now. He had help from all the other giants, from Gabon. Of course he would beat Loki. Like, what? Especially when you think about if Loki had the quote unquote busted devil fruit that could beat somebody like Harold. Like, come on, man. Of course he would win. He needed help, actually. Yeah, she needed help to win. Yes. It has a force larger and stronger than the simple emperor, but his bounty is just 200 mil above Kaido then. That has just 30,000 men. Wait, wait. Has a force larger and stronger than a simple emperor, but his bounty is just 200 mil above Kaido. That has just 30,000 men. Alright, bro, that is not an argument. Could be. Get low death by a fourth stage cancer old what? Bro, who brought up the idea of that Whitebeard had like stage 4 cancer or whatever? That was never stated anywhere. Head cannon go crazy, bro. Huh? I don't know. Is this actually real? There's no way this shit is real, right? There's no way this is real. Bro actually became a squirrel. Yeah, bro, GG's. A kind of solo shot. A kind of solos. Loki versus Shanks is gonna prove Kaido's statement right that hockey transcends all. That's how Shanks beat him, calling it now. Well, Mihawk upscale if he does beat Loki. So, but why does my Twitter keep crashing? It just freezes, bro. Oh my god. That's my entire browser that. Okay, it's working now. Let's see. Zoro's opponent lineup is stacked, except Luffy. No other character can dream to match this. Bro, now I think about it, who can Sanji fight, bro? Like, actually. Genuinely, who can Sanji fight, bro? Apart from, like, the Seraphim, like apart from, like, the Blackbeard, the Titanic captains or whatever. Like, who can... If he... I don't even... Maybe, but Blackbeard might fight the Straw Hats. Probably will, right? Because he wants to be king of the world. If he wants to be king of the pirates. What's it called? What is that? What is that word? What is that word? What I think is gonna happen, my premonition is that is that Luffy and Blackbeard are gonna team up. End of series, I think either Luffy or Blackbeard are gonna be like top one. I feel like Blackbeard does have the edge, right? Because he can just neutralize Luffy's double fruit powers, but we don't talk about that. No wonder they had to nerf, bro. He's too strong for the arc. Uh, so chapter 1170 is out. One Piece fans are stupid. That's just the conclusion of the stream, bro. They don't know how to read. Leak panel from 1170. Bro, it's not looking good, bro. I saw this earlier. I was like, what is this, bro? I thought it was just a troll, but it's actually real. Yeah, bro, GG's. Let's actually look up One Piece agenda now. Think I'm ready. Shanks is not a. Oh yeah, I've been seeing this. Shanks is a hockey knot man. Shanks is just using hockey knot's new agenda. Shanks be buying hockey knots from Rayleigh. Mihawk, we have to be productive instead of doing party tricks for Baratie customers. The current state of agenda piece. Hey Toei, Lucci's beating my ass. Make Sanji look like a bum in the next episode. Anything for you, Zoro. True. Agenda piece tier list ranked by how much chaos they bring to the TL. How much they bring to the table? What the hell is Rika doing here? I don't understand what that is. Post One Piece fandom. The One Piece fandom before Agenda Piece was actually ass. What the hell is this? Luffy, don't run, Nami. Bro, what? Yeah, bro, that shit had to go. Agenda Piece is better. Okay. The moment their agenda crumbles, they want to act like saints and say stuff like agenda is dumb, agenda ruins the story. The clock is ticking, time is coming, and they know it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, bro.
Swordsmanship debate. So this entire swordsmanship debate is stupid. It's genuinely stupid. Um, and I think, I'm probably past it. I'm probably out of it. I'm probably over it because the swordsmanship debate is entirely stupid. I think that the entire point of this debate is to upscale Mihawk. That's the entire point of this debate,
That's the point,
to
bro.
upscale Mihawk, and it goes back to Mihawk versus Shanks, and it is dumb. It is a dumb debate. Um, this entire
Who does he have though? I'm saying, bro. Like, who does he actually have? So when the evidence has become overwhelming and there's no safe space to cope, he takes his ball and goes home. His debate only exited to upskill Shanks. I think he meant to say existed. Mihawk over Shanks isn't an agenda. It's a fact repeatedly stated in the manga. Shanks over Mihawk is the agenda. I'm saying, bro. Like, there is no way people actually read the story and say, oh, Shanks is over Mihawk, bro. It's right there, bro. Just read. World's strongest swordsman, bro. I don't get what has to be said, bro. He's obviously being saved up for the last part of the story, bro. That's just it. He hasn't done anything. Well, whatever Shanks is doing is just an upskill. Cope. I'm saying, bro. The hell you mean hockey man? There's no such thing as. Well, the only hockey man in One Piece is like Garp, I would say. They're like the only hockey man. That's like the only like true hockey man. If you have a sword, you're a swordman. If you have a sword, you're a swordsman. For the most part. If you're like a main form of combat is focused like on sword, then you're a swordsman, right? Like let's say somebody like a Big Mom. Most of the times we see her fight, she has her sword with her. That's like her main form of fighting, right? That's Big Mom is a swordsman. She's not a good swordsman, but she is still a swordsman at the end of the day, right? I don't. It's just it just depends on the like how you use it, basically. Like if it's your main form of combat, basically. And from what like her clashing with Kaido for like 3 days, all that. Most of the times when she's fighting, she uses her sword. Even in the God Valley flashback, right? We saw her using her sword. She's been using her sword like the entire time we've known her. So yes, Big Mom is a swordsman. I don't think that's a new thing, but just saying. Who coined the term agenda in One Piece? Wasn't it that one black guy? I forgot his name. I hate him. I don't like Agenda Piece, bro. Whoever made it, yeah, bro. I don't like you. Images from the One Piece episode 1154 preview, whatever. It stopped being agenda driven for. It stopped being agenda driven for Mihawk's side after this panel dropped. Mihawk making his strength based title rely on being stronger than Shanks, then expecting Oda to make an exception for a power system everyone else uses completely undermines the story's integrity. Hawkeye's former royal. God damn, I can't talk, bro. Hawkeye's Mihawk, former royal warlord of the sea, with greater sword skill than even red hair, the Emperor. As the strongest swordsman in the world, he is worth 3.59 billion berries. Keep in mind, Mihawk himself could become. If Mihawk was the what's it called? The main guy for Cross Guild, he would have been the Yonko instead of Buggy, right? Obviously, it was because of the one poster that the Buggy's crew made. I'm pretty sure. Mihawk is Yonko level. I don't think people need to be told that, but Some people will try to argue that he's like what Yonko Commander level or whatever. All right, so let's break this down because this is pissing me off now. Right? Let's look for the chapter where Mihawk fought. Uh, what's his name? Vista. Chapter 561. Bruh. Because there is no way someone can read this and interpret, oh, Mihawk was actually trying. It genuinely baffles me that people think that. Alright. Start off the chapter. There's no time for me to fight. There's no time for me to be fighting a guy as strong as that. I'm here to save Ace, right? Mihawk, blah blah blah. He uses observation Haki to sense Luffy, right? Sends a slash out with such precision. It didn't hit anybody else but Luffy. Such precision. You remain within my range. Kind of crazy how even no matter where Luffy went in Marineford, Mihawk would have probably been able to hit him because of how his slashes are so long range. Luffy dodges. I mean, I feel like most of the times where Luffy dodges Mihawk does know Luffy is about to dodge him, right? Because obviously, I don't think it's a surprise that Mihawk probably has future sight. Like, if we're being real. Right. We see Cook's fodder. Now, this is like something that's really contentious among like the One Piece fandom. But I personally think that this is like a kind of like how Shanks used like the Wi-Fi Haki, right? What I think Mihawk did here was make Luffy see the future. That is most likely what he did. If you see there is one chapter where Momonosuke is talking to Zunisha, and Zunisha makes Momonosuke see a future. Like I think I forgot what it was about, right? But he made Momonosuke see a future. That was what Zunisha did, and Zunisha, I'm pretty sure it was Zunisha also has red eyes too, right? So I genuinely, what I think happened was just Mihawk made Luffy see the future. That is genuinely what I think happened here. Luffy couldn't have unlocked observation like he was obviously in distress. Who was like, I don't think I just don't think Luffy used it by himself. Mihawk probably did it to him. Mihawk Kazi cuts a tsunami, right? I don't think I really need to explain why that's so impressive. That's the third. Luffy dodges, right? I want to get to the actual part. I genuinely don't understand why people think I feel okay. Hold on. I think Buggy is immune to all. Bro, can I talk? I think Buggy is immune to all sword attacks. Doesn't matter if it's coated with Haki. Here, personally, I don't think Mihawk coated his sword with Haki. I just don't think he did. Right. So maybe, because we've seen from Zoro that even Ryuma's Black Blade couldn't cut Monet unless Zoro himself imbued the sword with Haki. So it could have been that maybe Mihawk didn't imbue his sword with Haki. Could have been. You never know. We just can't tell. Now this is where the good part starts. I'm pretty sure. Right. Vista, lend him a hand. Vista comes in. Clash once. It wasn't, well, yeah. Vista did like rush towards him, right? Okay. That's one clash. Right. Luffy is running. Mihawk then shifts his attention towards Luffy, right? Go down. We don't see them doing anything. What I think happened is like a. Never mind, I'm not gonna say it. Okay, we keep going, bro. All right, next chapter. Everything is happening, right? One clash. Second clash, by the way. So that's two clashes. Hey, take this how you can take it. Look right here. What are those lines? Right? It's like a what's it called? You hit something and then you kind of like feel like the vibration. You how do I explain it, bro? You basically know what I'm talking about. You can see the lines. He's obviously affected by the clash, right? Just a little bit. He's kind of like he felt that basically, right? Compared to Mihawk, no lines. Hey, I'm just saying, bro. Right? That's the second clash. Let us postpone this match for the moment, Vista. That would seem to be most advantageous to both of us. So, please, can someone explain to me how someone just from two clashes, by the way, two clashes, and then let us postpone the match. And Vista agreed that it would be advantageous to both of them. How, in any way, does that mean that Mihawk struggled against Vista? Obviously, Mihawk didn't even do anything. He wasn't trying. It was just a clash. I genuinely don't understand how people can draw a conclusion and say Mihawk could have beat a Yonko commander. Because he wasn't trying, obviously. Anyways. Now let's move on to the Mihawk versus Jozu one. Wasn't even a fight, basically. It wasn't really a fight, actually. And moving forward. Chapter 533. Alright. Because I've seen way too many people on Twitter say stuff like, well, Mihawk couldn't cut. Hold on, I'm going to show you guys like an argument I was in like in the comments of a YouTube video. Because that was genuinely absurd. Didn't it say 533? Okay, that was just inaccurate. Oh, 553. Oh. Smash. Alright. Okay. Let's analyze this, right? I'm actually gonna fight. This is merely conjecture, but the true distance. Okay, this is merely conjecture, but the true distance between us and that man seems rather small. Oh, this might be a more accurate. This might be the translation I'm probably gonna take out. I'm probably gonna be using. It's rather small. I wonder what that means. Sends out the slash. Clearly intended for Whitebeard. Whitebeard is just smiling, right? See the thing? Then Jozu turns into a diamond, right? Blocks the slash. It was stopped. The world's greatest sword strike was stopped. It's the 3rd Division Commander, Diamond Jozu. Now, can someone please explain to me how you could come to the conclusion that Mihawk couldn't cut Jozu? Obviously, the slash was intended for Whitebeard. But then Jozu, like you can even see it right there, bro. Jozu isn't there. This last was intended for Whitebeard. That's what we saw about the Breath of All Things from Zoro and Alabasta. You can decide what you want to cut. Like, I genuinely don't understand how you can come to the conclusion that he just couldn't cut Jozu. If he wanted to, he would. That's just how it is. Cause he's my goat, bro. And if I say my goat can do it, then he can do it, bro. That's just how it works. Alright, let's go back to Twitter. In conclusion, Vista did nothing to Mihawk. That wasn't a fight. It was just like that was two classes, my guy. That was not a fight. The first clash, it was more of like, it wasn't, well, it was a clash, right? The first clash, Mihawk's attention was on Luffy. Second clash, that was like, Vista was obviously visibly shooken from the clash. So, yeah, bro, I just wanted to come out here and just say that, bro, because I was just bored. Chapter 1, 1170. Can't wait for that, bro. Alright, that'll be it for today's stream. Appreciate y'all for coming and watching. And yeah.